What's going on, guys? Dale7402 back with another episode of Ringside Republic. I'm sorry I did not create any videos yesterday or the day before. I usually try to on Friday and Saturday. But guys, there isn't a whole lot of news going around. I checked the reports this morning, and there's a couple news stories that's new, and there's a couple that's already been reported on. I'm going to give you my thoughts on those, and we're just going to hang out and shoot the shit for a little bit. So I've got a few news stories here. I got some news on Mauro Ranallo. And I got some news on Randy Orton and Bray Wyatt's match, and WWE wanting Stone Cold back for the podcast, and we're going to talk about a few of those things. First, I want to say, guys, follow me on Twitter at Dale74021, and give me a follow on Twitter. If you like this video, go ahead and click like for me. I would very much appreciate that, and a subscribe. And you guys can also support the podcast on Patreon, patreon.com/Dale7402, and all of those would be greatly appreciated if you guys would do that. Let's get right into the news, guys. WWE is reportedly wanting Stone Cold Steve Austin back to do the Stone Cold podcast. They're wanting this to happen so that they can arrange for The Undertaker to be on Stone Cold's podcast. Apparently, The Undertaker had agreed to do the podcast several months ago before WrestleMania even happened. He had agreed to be on the podcast, which would have been a huge get for Stone Cold and the WWE. So he had agreed to do it. This happened obviously before WWE and Stone Cold podcast sort of parted ways. Whatever story is behind that, we don't know yet. But apparently WWE is in talks with Stone Cold Steve Austin right now about coming back to the network and doing his podcast for the special guest of The Undertaker. So, guys, this is a pay-per-view worthy interview. I mean, if Stone Cold can get The Undertaker to come on there and make his first post WrestleMania retirement comments or interview or whatever, that would be a huge get for the WWE and Stone Cold. So hopefully, guys, we'll be seeing that in the very near future, and we'll get a chance to find out for sure what the Undertaker has on his mind. Obviously you are retiring, correct? That would be the first question that would be out of my mouth if I was Steve Austin. Give us some clarity on what exactly is going on with you, and are you 100% done forever? That's what we all want to know, and that's what we're all waiting to hear about. There's been news spreading about Bray Wyatt and Randy Orton's match at Payback being a non-title match. Now, in my opinion, guys, WWE is tilting at windmills here. I don't know what the fuck they're doing. I don't think they know what the fuck they're doing. Having this match at all, first of all, or making it a non-title match. Nobody seems to know what the House of Horrors match is. Apparently, Michael P.S. Hayes had workings of a House of Horrors match with the Brood when they were still together, and Edge and Christian talked about that on their podcast and kind of gave us a idea of maybe what we could possibly see from this match. I myself, I have no interest anymore in the match. It is what it is. It's going to be whatever it's going to be. I think it's pretty retarded not to make it for a title match. I think it's retarded that they're even having a match to begin with. I know that Bray Wyatt is entitled for a rematch. However, he's on a different brand now, and I think that it's just kind of pointless to even have a match with them in the first place. You want to do a House of Horrors match, if you're so hung up on wanting to do that match, do it with Bray Wyatt and Finn Balor. I mean, that sounds like a pretty damn good, intriguing match to me. the Demon King versus Bray Wyatt in a House of Horrors match. I'd rather see that any day of the week. So it is what it is, guys. That's the news on that. Apparently, Bray Wyatt and Randy Orton's match at Payback will be a non-title match as of right now. Let's see. I got news, guys. Obviously, WWE has posted that Braun Strowman and Kalisto will be in a dumpster match on Monday Night Raw tomorrow, which there isn't really a whole lot to say about that, guys. It's a pretty damn stupid idea in my opinion. Obviously, Braun Strowman's going to come out, throw Kalisto in a dumpster, and that will be the end of it. So who really gives a shit, right? I mean, Braun Strowman, and obviously this is just a it will probably be the main event. This will give Roman Reigns an opportunity to come back and screw over Braun Strowman in some way. Probably spear him into the freaking trash can or something, or the dumpster or whatever I saw. That is what it is, guys. The big story right now is that the WWE and Mauro Ranallo have come to terms on a settlement. Dave Meltzer is reporting that WWE and Mauro Ranallo reached terms on a settlement today, which included statements by Ranallo and JBL to attempt to end the story. So JBL and Mauro Ranallo have both made statements about this whole situation. Newsweek had been working on a major story on the situation, which led to the sides reaching a settlement, and a new story just came out with the news where Ranallo and JBL both spoke, and Ranallo said his leaving had nothing to do with JBL. Mauro Ranallo's quote was, "WWE and I have mutually agreed to part ways. It has nothing to do with JBL." That's it. Quick and simple and to the point. Whether it has to do with JBL or not, I don't know. Maybe part of the stipulation of the settlement was that Mauro Ranallo make that statement. As part of the deal, Ranallo will remain under contract through August the 12th. Although his deal allows him to do anything except pro wrestling, Ranallo has said that he will broadcast pro wrestling in the future. JBL was quoted saying, "Admittedly, I took part in locker room pranks that existed within the industry years ago." Layfield told Newsweek in a statement, "WWE addressed my behavior and I responded accordingly. Yet my past is being brought up because of recent unfounded rumors. I apologize if anything I said playing the bad guy on a TV show was misconstrued." So JBL is basically falling back on the fact that he was just playing a heel commentator, and what was said was in character only. And that's where it's going to be left. Ranallo states that it had nothing to do with JBL. JBL states that he was just playing an online character. This is pretty much what we thought we was going to see. And the statements have been made, and the story is over, guys. Mauro Ranallo is gone for good. Unfortunately, it really sucks. He was one of the high spots on SmackDown as far as commentary goes. So it is what it is, guys. We'll probably never know the truth about the whole situation, nor do I care to know anymore at this point. It is what it is, and Ronaldo's gone, and there's nothing that's going to change that. Guys, it looks like I've went through all of my news already. It's kind of quick. I thought I had something else. Oh, this is a rumor, guys, so take this with a grain of salt, but the rumor is going around that WWE is planning its first intergender match in years. And who do we have taking part in this match would be none other than James Ellsworth and Becky Lynch. That's right, guys. Becky Lynch and James Ellsworth, who's currently playing the role of the male valet Carmella, have been at odds for many months now. Recently, a tweet from Brian G. James, who's on one of the creative forces behind SmackDown Live, fueled speculation that this match may actually transpire. They go on here to talk about intergender matches and how there hasn't been one in years, and uh, possibly, I mean, I'm looking at several tweets here that this guy's tweeted, and fans are screaming, book it. So I could care less about seeing some stupid shit like that. I think I'd rather see Becky Lynch and Charlotte in a match together. Anybody but Ellsworth. And this whole thing about his his being the valet for Carmella, his 15 minutes of fame are over, guys. I could give a shit less about seeing James Ellsworth ever again. Fire Ellsworth, get rid of him, move Carmella to Monday Night Raw where she can reform with Enzo and Cass and give them a little bit of a breath of fresh air, guys. Believe it or not, in my opinion, Enzo and Cass are becoming very stale. They're getting boring at this point, and I could give a shit less about seeing James Ellsworth and Becky Lynch. I'd rather see Ellsworth just get plumb fucking fired and move Carmella to Monday Night Raw with Enzo and Cass. Just going over some quick shit here, guys. There's also rumors about Baron Corbin getting repackaged. According to Dave Meltzer on the Wrestling Observer newsletter, WWE is discussing repackaging Baron Corbin in order to push him further as a top heel on SmackDown Live. That the overall repackaging is intended to build him up as a top heel and an opponent for Randy Orton. While the Viper is set to face Jinder Mahal at Backlash, and we'll talk about that here in a minute, it wouldn't be surprising to see Corbin come up as his next opponent, as AJ Styles is not a heel anymore and is currently involved in a program with Kevin Owens. When did AJ Styles turn face? Did AJ Styles have a face turn that I missed? He's not still a heel? Or is it just the mere fact that he's in a program with a heel that automatically makes him a face? That's not the way I'm looking at it, guys. I like AJ Styles as a heel. I mean, it doesn't take away anything from him in the ring. He's the best wrestler in the world right now, in my opinion, and I like him as a heel. I think that he was stale and kind of boring as a face. If you guys remember when AJ Styles first came to the WWE, he was a face. He was in the program with Chris Jericho that did nothing. It was honestly boring, and nobody cared anything about watching that. And ever since AJ Styles turned heel, he's shot to the moon and back. He's defeated John Cena clean several times. He's won the WWE Championship, gave us 5-star matches every time. He is a fucking heel, and he plays that part perfectly. I don't want to see AJ as a face. Let him stay a heel. I don't know why they say that AJ is now a face. Just because he's in a program with a heel doesn't automatically make him a face. Baron Corbin is undoubtedly a future world champion in the making, and WWE has taken a great approach by having his push be a slow burn. I agree with that. He has also been booked and protected well since the brand split, which has increased his credibility in the eyes of fans. I agree with that also. 100%, guys. They've done a great job with Baron Corbin. He is on the cusp of becoming a very, very huge superstar in WWE. I can see him as a heel. I can see him holding the title. I can see him winning the Royal Rumble and maybe going on to do great things in the company. I think that he's going to be a big name in the company, and they've done a good job with him so far. Guys, there's also news about Paige. I don't know. I don't have it up here, so I'm just going to go over it briefly. There's been talks about WWE not wanting to do anything with Paige when she does come back. She's been out with a neck injury for almost a year now, and has failed the company's wellness policy a couple times. And honestly, with the fappening 2.0 or whatever they're calling it, the leaked porn basically on Paige, which I must say, guys, it was I don't know what you guys think about it. It was kind of disappointing to me. Paige is hot, but I don't know. She's weird. Some of the videos, I'm sure you guys have seen it, are hot. They are, and then the rest are just kind of, I don't know, disappointing for some reason. I don't know why. I just thought it would be a bigger deal when something like this happened. I mean, I'm glad she's gone. Eva Marie's gone forever, but I'd rather see some leaked video footage of her, to be honest. Um, and Lana, my God, Lana's fucking drop dead gorgeous. I can't wait to see what WWE does with her. I hope that the push that they're obviously getting ready to give her is worth it. I hope she has some in-ring talent to back up these promos and all these talks that she's been that she's going to be an in-ring talent. Um, damn guys, that's the news. You know, that's pretty much it. You know, oh, Jinder Mahal. Let's talk about Jinder Mahal for a minute. You know, a lot of people, when Jinder Mahal won the #1 contendership, a lot of people just turned their damn TVs off, and I almost did the same. You know, at first I was pissed about the whole thing because I wanted Sami Zayn to win, but you know, guys, we've been bitching on WWE for not building new stars for some time now, and they're actually starting to do better in that regard. I think that I don't know as far as Jinder Mahal's in-ring skills go. They're not all that impressive. I will say this: the guy cut one hell of a promo on SmackDown last week after his win. I'm interested in seeing Jinder Mahal. I'm just not interested in seeing Mahal and Orton. I think they could find a better dynamic than that. I don't care for Randy Orton as a face. I think he's 100% better as a heel. Then I could probably stand him having the belt, having the championship. But as of right now, it's boring and not interesting whatsoever. Just boring shit, guys. But Jinder Mahal, let's give him a chance. I guess WWE's obviously he's not going to win. I don't believe that Jinder Mahal is going to win the championship. I don't believe, honestly, that this will probably be the closest Mahal ever comes to being a big time player in WWE. But hopefully we see some progression as far as the Randy Orton and Bray Wyatt match goes this week. I'm as of right now, I'm not interested in seeing it. You know, the only thing that I think anybody's interested in seeing is what exactly we can expect from the House of Horrors match. I don't think anybody's interested in seeing the match. I don't think they're interested in seeing the in-ring competition between these two guys. It's a boring, stale storyline that is over with, and we're ready to just move on to obviously what's going to be Finn Balor and Bray Wyatt. So hopefully, guys, WWE will end the feud well with Orton and Wyatt, and we will get to see some pretty interesting storylines with Finn Balor and Bray Wyatt in the future. Guys, that's it. That's really all I've got right now. Like I said, it's not been a very big week for news, guys. My videos, you know, I feel like once I get a little bit better at this and get more, I'm trying to get an in with a few people that might be able to give me some breaking news. I have got a friend of a friend that works for WWE. He works on the crew, the setup crew or whatever they call them. He travels with them. He helps them set up rings and the lighting and the stage and so forth. He's a friend of a friend, and I don't. I'm trying to get in contact with him and maybe have some future breaking news stories for you guys that are credible and that I can report before anyone else. There's news that has surfaced in the past couple weeks that I reported on before anyone did. But unfortunately, I don't have the fan base or the viewers to show that. You know, there's several stories that I reported on first last week about Dash Wilder and WWE trying their best to get the rights to use the broken gimmick. Those stories I reported on first. I reported on them before JD. I reported on them before Joe Cronin. Thing about it is sometimes I read news, and when I hear news, immediately come and record a podcast, because I think that when it comes to news, he who reports it first should be the one that gets credit with the story. Obviously, I didn't report it first. I found it online, but I was the first one to report it on YouTube, as far as I know. So, I just don't have the viewers yet, guys, to give me that accolade. So, if you could hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, give me a follow on Twitter, at Dale74021 is my Twitter account, and support me on Patreon, patreon.com/Dale7402. Anything and everything would be greatly appreciated, guys. So thanks for watching. If I hear any more breaking news, I'll try to report it today. I'll try to maybe make some more content later if there's any news stories, any breaking news. If not, I will probably see you guys Monday for the Monday Night Raw review. So have a good one, guys. Thanks for watching.